All right. I am from a season in time where people killed, stole, controlled. Did I say kill? People out of greed, ignorance, control, whatever. I'm sitting here today this morning, getting ready, and I'm thinking I work 7 days a week. And I absolutely cannot understand why I can only muster up 400, maybe $550 a week. And that's only for the car and some $100 rent, which I haven't been able to do. And someone wants to say, it's because of your discipline. Let me tell you something. Going out 7 days a week for almost 8 to 12 hours a day, maybe 4 to 6, just trying to meet a need is not lazy. Okay? Now, for centuries, everybody knows that the natives were here, whatever you want to call them, they were natively planted here. They had their own country here, period. All of this was renamed into 50 states. This was a whole conglomerate group of people that were already here that God ordained. Some look Asian, some look African, different shades of skin color. Some have been darkened or blackened by abuse. Families ripped apart, treated like trash, discarded, poisoned to death. Did I say that? Whole families. Sometimes they spared the kids, but only for them to work in the fields. Someone is absolutely micromanaging my life and trying to be bold in the later times. You're going to hell. All these little minions you want planted around me to do this stuff, go in hell. Now let's jump back. A lot of the people, families, groups, conglomerate, companies have found their wealth through abusing people that look like me. Now remember, this is not my skin color. My skin color is absolutely super white. My legs may show it, although they've darkened them over the years. Hiring people with mental problems, social problems, money problems, because they keep certain people under oppression where they have to do what they're told by this group. Now remember this face. I told you there's one side that's always, then there's that other side. Look at the faces. They're going to try not to smile now so you don't see it. But you will always see this fat side. Or is it this one? There's always more meat there. And they're going to try and do surgeries. Botox shots and all that. Try and get it all to not. But yeah, that is a very distinct face. There's a lot of us that's sitting online in real life talking and ain't helping nobody. They're making money telling stories instead of telling someone, this is what happened. Let me help you. I don't know why. Okay, so I gotta brush my teeth. I can't even brush my teeth in the morning because I have to be out here like a slave. These people have found a new way to slave people. You go and kill them. I'm supposed to be overexhausted and ready to die. You're going to die before I do, whoever you are playing these games. I don't care if they hired your family and friends to get rid of you because you own something. Now let's go back again. There's a bunch of people that were already here, however God created that. Some of the kids are still here like myself. Some of the families are still here, but they're mixed up. Moved around. New York, Texas, Virginia, Hawaii. They've been moved around. Oh, let's get married and go over there. Hire people to move you through marriage or DCFS, DHS. We're talking about Illinois right now, which is Crook County, Crook Country. Everybody knows that. Murder capital, Chicago. Chicago by the water. Why? Because the land is fertile. And people are built on top of people that already lived and died here. So you have folks still battling over stuff that don't belong to them. And they want you as the owner to get up out of here. You and your children. They didn't want you to have kids, but that was God's plan. And they're still trying to play God with the weather, with your life. So again, there's a bunch of families that got their wealth from stealing land and building on top of it, disorganizing the families that were here, people that worked hard, people that own Chicago, people that own the United States. They railroad us out the way. Hey, we're coming through. Look at this big machine. We'll tell you what, which is why we do Thanksgiving. I tell you what, you got this good old land here and we really want it. So we're going to give you this document that says it's ours. Take it or get shot. When a wealthy man takes notice of you. So say there's a man that did not have wealth, but he comes and shows up as if he's somebody because he had a gun and you don't. You're prepared to fight, but you were not even invited to a fight. You were invited to a piece of paper. And I say, well, we've been doing business together. We've been going back and forth. Why don't we have dinner? Because I want to offer you something. And you go to that dinner, and it's still prevalent today. And you end up dead. You and the whole group ate dinner, and now you're sick. Who's left? The kids. And what are they doing? Making the kids sick, look old, playing games. I'm 50 and they still mess with little me. Y'all see me frowning a lot on my pictures and videos because I can be in pain some days. That's what they wanted. They wanted me to look disgruntled. And they like to fight over things. Because they got a piece of paper that's false. They said you signed it. And you didn't. And they got these papers on top of the actual treaties and the ownership of what you inherited down through the years. Oh no, this is our land. So you got all these families that have a lot of wealth. And if you trace back, these were poor people. They came from other countries with their families. They didn't have wealth. But they stole something you had, started selling it as you. They came and got you, the children, some of your ancestors from somewhere else and brought them over here as commodities to work the land they just stolen. With all that good product from God, cotton, linen, sugar, cane, whatever you call it, all from God. They said, ooh, wealth. Look at all these people and things. Who's going to work the land? Well, we don't have enough people. Let's go over there. Let's go over there. We got to get rid of people. We'll offer them a dinner. Let's be friends. All of a sudden, they're all gone and they got the land. They got some piece of paper saying, well, we own it. And who's that? These systems they put up. City halls. That's their stuff. That wasn't here. All these places, real estate companies, that stuff wasn't here. And whose name is on all the stuff? Their name, not yours. My daughter's still mad that she had a 700 score for stuff that she already owned. And they came and messed it up for me. Now let's go back. For centuries, everybody knows. Man, for thousands of years after the death of Christ, even before then, people were stealing. They amassed their wealth off of people that lived here, people that owned things here in the United States. And they want to act like you from over in Africa when you were born here. with all the land and the cotton and the grocery, agriculture, walnuts, pecans. You were born here. You didn't come from nowhere else. God had you here. As Malcolm X would say, they didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock land on us or something like that. Look at the movie. They came over here and settled and put up their own systems on top of what God had already created. Families that didn't need money. They had food. They had fellowship. They had camaraderie. They had a system. They had ownership. They had everything. And then those people came over and said, greedy eye. Let's start naming all the states. And let's put our name on stuff. And let's put up places to say that it belongs to us, real estate companies. And let's put our name on top of Chicago, Wisconsin. These are Indian nation names. The whole United States. All of these 50 states which was one land from sea to sea. And there's a big world out here. I'm not sure why they just wanted this area. So they built their wealth off of the backs of ignorant folks or folks that they deemed weak. You already have land. You have food. You have cotton where you can make clothes or whatever. And maybe you weren't making clothes. Well, we have some feathers and things. Some of us, whoever was here. And they still have those documents, some people. They still have documents that you own Chicago. Your family died when they got here or was sent in different directions. So if you were a child or a great-grandchild of somebody, you wouldn't know that your family actually owns Chicago, literally. And these folks came and built all this shit that I'm scared of. Downtown is a monster. It doesn't make sense to me. I'll go down there, bitch. I know you thinking, oh, she doesn't like it. Let's just, okay. So they built all this stuff on top of things that were already here. All these buildings, all these companies, all these agencies, all these real estate places to keep the housing of documents of people like me, like the CIA, Central Intelligence. Do they have records on people that are the actual owners of certain parts of Illinois? Or people that are owners of the 50 states? And they are to target and centralize them? Keep an eye on the owners of the properties that they stole, the land? They have intelligence and records of whose mama was who, whose daddy was who land belonged to who in the whole United States. And that's why it's so secretive. It wants to have an eyeball on everything. Why? So people were here already working. They had ownership. They were having a good time bartering with other countries. Take care of their families. Not gloating like, hey, we got $1 billion. But like, hi, brother. How? That was a greeting for hi, right? Yes. Bartering. No need to steal anything until they started seeing people as property. Did they not? And then when they started seeing the land that you occupied, did they not? When they started noticing that you didn't have weapons, you didn't have buildings, you had teepees, and you didn't have a lot of rain and outrageous food issues. You know how to manage. But then they wanted to control the weather. Why? Why do they want to control the weather? Medicine, we use the herbs from the earth, a lot of people. Why do we need medications now? Henry Ford. With all the petroleum in it. Chemicals. It's all from the earth, but petroleum doesn't belong in the body in the chemotherapy. Why do we need chemo? What are you putting in the food? And why are you using petroleum or chemicals like that belongs in machines in the treatment for the body. We have olive oil, you have coconut oil, you have all these natural cures. But see, they're not teaching the older kids that. The younger kids. They're coming in thinking, well, that's the system. That's why I'm still here. All you 20-some, 30-some, even older people, you may not, older doctors, you may not know how this all started. That's why they want me to shut up. So I can't get no views, because I'm not just, ha-li-la, la-di-ha-da, ha-da-da-ya. No. There's a bunch of people right now sitting up in the cut in mountains and things that everybody forgot about that came over here, dirt, poor. But now they're sitting on masses. You can't even count their money for mistreating indigenous people that were here. Stealing, selling people, selling products that those people owned. Food. God had already created food. It didn't start when you were born. It was already here. Plants were the food. Greens. I don't know where's that cabbage come from? They made that up. Brussels sprouts and all that. That's made up. They might be trying to grow it from the ground now, but maybe cabbage. Some of that stuff was man-made. Anyway, that wasn't from God. Some of that stuff was, they're making that stuff from science. And we eat it. That's why we eat a lot of stuff. This stuff is, if you weren't old enough to know that, you would know that it wasn't from the ground. But they don't teach that, right? Because they're selling all this other stuff that is based from the ground. They're adding all this other stuff. Why? All we need are root foods from the earth. All the good stuff is from the tree or the dirt. Fruits and vegetables and berries. All this other stuff, it's a science project. It's not healthy for you, is it? But then you have those food deserts because they don't want you people that actually own stuff to have that stuff. And then if you get a healthy store, it is too much money. It's from the earth. Why is it expensive? It's free. And it's higher than the garbage. Why is that? Because it's what we need. So they've amassed their wealth by stealing, killing, and destroying the families that were already here. There's a whole bunch of people sitting back in the cut that made their wealth off of killing, stealing, and destroying. And then they started this political arena where the people that were victimized are considered Democrats. Truth. They started that. Then the people that was victimizing those people were the Republicans. So it was the poor against the rich. It's a game, like anything. Because they had already been stolen. They'd already deemed themselves better than the owner, smarter than the owner, more worthy of what the owner owned. It's history, for those that don't know. People were already here making wealth for themselves, but again, not in the sense of, ooh, money, 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 money. None of that. It's more or less having rich relationships with other countries. So now they've built up all these systems, including the division of the people they made poor versus the people that were made rich off of the poor. So here you are, a successful person, and it can happen today. That's why they're trying to watch the borders. There is a group that is a threat, and they bring their killing machines over here. They absolutely know the killing machines are the people with the mental problems that can take a whole group out, like the cartel. They're trying to work with the cartel, but if these people were to really come over here and look at itty-bitty countries like this one, it's itty-bitty, such a bully to be so small. It'd be no more. It happened before that people came from other countries and built up here and they acted like the people that were already here is nothing. Like they don't deserve anything. Their land, their lives, their children, their decisions. How can it not happen again? Oh, let's watch the Boadas. And those people do come over here with the cartel attitude. They so ugly. Lord, that's the worst. They are so mean and aggressive. I don't know what's wrong with them folks' minds, but they absolutely think they're equivalent to those people, which could actually dominate them, and they're evil. A lot of these people are evil, but they're not like really obviously violent like some of them folks. Ooh, Lord, so they don't want that to happen again. So what do? Try and subdue everybody and get control. So there are people sitting up on massive amounts of wealth from the Confederacy, it probably started out as something friendly. At least that's how they made it look. I guess to get people to jump on board. But the Confederacy was literally, remember, there's people already freaking here. And they're ignoring that fact, like, oh, you don't count. You don't matter. In fact, we're trying to poison all y'all. Don't worry about nothing. We're just taking over. Don't worry. We're just taking over your life, your land, your children. You don't matter. You don't matter. We're here now. And they're just doing their own thing like was nobody here before them. Absolutely just killing and stealing. And again, how did they get their wealth? By selling the children, selling the young adults, selling people that they could take to those types of things. Some people they just had to eliminate. They eliminated a lot of people. Some of these people aged out of certain things. So I believe that's why Section 8 and Section 3 and all that little bullshit happens. That was the way of controlling the people that were products of the rape, the overtaking. Because they was touching on these beautiful brown people, right? They were pretty. They were pretty and small. And see, the food in the areas that they put in certain areas make you blow up. Now, some people just protect themselves from those rapists by putting on weight. They don't want to be attracted to those demons or anybody they send in. So people gain weight for protection. Or they're put weight on. People put weight on certain people to protect them from the predators, because when you start to know that there's predators out here for no real reason, and they like little luscious girls that are a certain size and color, and you can't defend yourself, you start putting on weight. And I believe God ordains it. It's to keep them fools off of you. But if they get close and realize you're still magical, they'll look past that and still be like, well, we'll start a little faster and make her look sexy because she got something over there. Well, what the frick you looking for? Remember, these are thieves, and they send other thieves in to do their dirty work. Because they don't want to get caught in front of their friends hunching on the black girls, right? So they got to subdue you into a certain community where no one knows, where there's prostitution. They have been, who's they? Anybody with this sense of entitlement to others, their lives, their children, their money, them. We're not property. So then you got other folks coming over here. Oh, America great. America great. Oh, great, great. It's like, if you knew, you stay away from over here. This ain't great. And some of the people saying they want to make America great again, God bless their ignorance, but they grew up in the era as babies where, again, they were amassing a lot of wealth that they created for themselves by stealing and killing. So it was great for them. It was great to have Black people, Africans coming from other countries to work in these houses, and everybody sitting up watching and making money from the cotton, the shirts, the clothes, the pillows, the bedding, towels being made from the cotton. Their kids didn't have to do anything, where yours were being murdered, sold, raped. And there's people still right now, you can't even count their wealth from the 1600s, 1300s, 100s AD. They still sitting on a lot of money. A lot. You can't count it. These people running around talking about, I'm the first, this, that. Baby, people over here have been killing and stealing. People. Black people. Indigenous people. Killing and stealing. Selling them to other countries. Selling them to the cartel. Selling them to the medical district so they can study our brains. Oh, there's an indigenous person in the CIA red file that the father was a wealthy person that came over here and made their wealth through their family by stealing folks from Africa. Yeah, she's in the red file. She was a baby of this wealthy person, the people that came over here and stole stuff and made themselves wealthy. And one of the indigenous women. And, we put them all in files for the CIA to monitor and experiment on because they were deemed unworthy of regular humanity. Because they weren't pure. So we'll just put them on Section 8, keep them poor, keep them in fear, so they depend on us, because this they shit. They don't need to know that their daddy mixed with, or their mama was raped or made love to by one of us that created the justice system, became a lawyer with a lot of wealth, and she's the product. She doesn't need to know that. So we're going to dumb her down, put her on Section 8, give her the food stamps, let her have a little love. But she's in the CIA file, the red file. It says she's one of those indigenous kids. So by our laws, we're supposed to treat her like crap. But she's getting away. She's so smart. She's not acting like the others. We need to study her brain. We couldn't take her out. We couldn't poison her. And then y'all over here coming from other countries, oh, America green. We like, are y'all stupid? See, you don't know the history. You don't care. Because you can jump on the bandwagon of America being great for killing and disrespecting people that were already here and their offspring. So if you have European ties in your blood, but you still have indigenous, from the people with this mentality of stealing cotton and land and people's families and tearing them up and ripping them up, y'all jump on that bandwagon. Ooh. And then we feel disadvantaged, some of us. Like now, me being targeted, that ain't no normal-ish. So whatever this goddamn red file y'all got, very well, you could be the red file. Some of y'all could be the red file. Y'all looking at them now, scratching your head, going, oh, I want to be a part of the team. Come to find out you are not a part of theirs. You very well can wake up and find out that you don't have anything. Everything you built up just like the rest of us. You're now a file. Your kids are a file. Your family is a target. You folks coming over here getting all excited. I'm just being real. You're one person just like a lot of us were. Just individuals. And we have families and we love them. And these people decided, we just want you out the way. Well, we keep some of y'all for slavery, to do the dirty work. No matter how hard you work, you don't get your money. We set them systems up like that. I mean, shoot, we're the government. We're the people that make laws for you, over you, against you. It's not your law. It's not God's law. It's ours. And it was based on the Bible, but there's some evil people that really based it on, but not you. Not you, because you're a product of one of our fellow brothers, like you did something wrong. And those people that actually own this land. So you can't have the land. You can't be one of us. Let's just give you Section 8 and make you an experiment. You don't matter. All these people y'all see in California, in these tents, and all these homeless people you see walking around, were they experimented on? Were they targeted by these machines I get every night for no reason? I've done nothing to anyone. You know, the machines that burn your joints and make you feel like you can't work and you can't focus all day because you didn't get any sleep, because it's very invasive. It very, well, evasive, whatever the word, it invades your space. Who's doing that? Who's hiring the fools downstairs or someone to rig up all the furniture and anything around you that they forced you to live in to vibrate so vigorously that it injures you? It hurts your hands, your joints, your head. And how are they hiring the people in your family? Very comfortably, by offering them a little piece of wealth to target you. Because they don't want to do it. They don't want to be known as assassins or be on the news. They'd rather your raggedy family do that. They. Doesn't matter who these greedy dogs are. Doesn't matter. But they built their wealth off of the backs, the deaths, the separations, and the inconveniences and distractions and experiments of people like me. I'm going through this shit right now. It's not funny. And then you come over here from another country and you cool with these people. You cool with them because they've sold you into this land of milk and honey. And I get more from on their team because I'm greedy. I don't really care about people. More or less care about my reputation, how much I can get, because I'm a little greedy. Just a little bit. A lot of people are a lot bit greedy. And they can take you out and take whatever you've built, just like they did the rest. Then you can wake up one day and figure out that everything you've worked for is at zero. All of your children are missing. Everything you've built is destroyed. And you'll be scratching your butt head like, wait, I thought this was great. A lot of us woke up and found out it wasn't. There are people that literally have so much wealth, and God is going to destroy that. These systems, I'm telling you, it's got to be a fire. It has to be a fire as the Bible has dictated it. Because people have absolutely lost their identity being greedy. They're not caring about people. They're not respectful to people like myself. There's a lot of people that are being disrespected for no reason. I promise you I go out 7 days a week. And I try to work hard. But again, with all this goofiness around Mondays, Sunday nights, crazy chaos. They've paid everybody to not respond to me. To act like I don't exist, like I'm dead. These assholes took the money. I can't call anybody for help. But I can call God. These people are working overtime to irritate me for these people. Oh, we got to get it done because we're greedy too. We're stupid. They said they want us to irritate her and make her kill herself, and I don't know where my kids are. This is not a game to me. I'm being injured. And all I can think of, and I'm being attacked financially. Trying to make me look like I don't know how to manage. Baby, I am God. I am the money. I am the magnet. Now, I don't know what hoe I got her panties in a bunch about how well I do. Because then got a lot of little community folks to get their brains brainwashed. Where they want to jump on the wagon watching me. Y'all hear the stories? It's true. Somebody has gone into places that I go, pretending to be me, causing havoc. I went to the laundromat. I went to the store. Went to several places. And they literally have someone that apparently looks like me and acts like me, steals my clothes, and actually, if they cloned me, I wouldn't be surprised, because back in 2015, I was hanging around that little crazy guy, and I promise you, I don't know, they have to know a doctor or a lawyer, a doctor. This boy was literally like taking blood out of my body or something. I don't know if they're working with people in morgues, which all could be people that I grew up with. They're weirdos. They could all be sex partners, weirdos together. I don't know. They don't have a brain cell. They weren't raised very well. They were not. Something wrong with these people. They don't have moral compasses. They don't have a brain. Again, they could have been trained by the government, brainwashed to do certain things. You do this, you do that. Just sitting in rooms, like at the morgue. You get this person at this funeral home. probably with the same last name as mine. As long as you show up and this person is pronounced dead and have a funeral, or you stay there in the funeral, you're going to get this money. These are our targets. These clowns go out here and actually create issues for people, and these could very well be the people that's coming up to some type of wealth, or they won something, or they know it's time for them to sit their ass down and give you your shit. Now they rather take you out. I'm looking at one funeral home, they got a whole goddamn family on their list. How the hell all these people dying within 2-3 years, if not the same year? What the hell are they eating? These are the folks that own stuff that they don't ever want people to discover. So they just take your little ass out. Who's they? People that took your shit. They know that shit ain't theirs. They know the property isn't theirs. All these people buying up property, it ain't their shit to buy. This shit wasn't for sale. We didn't sell shit. We didn't give ownership to no goddamn body. They took the shit and said, y'all go over to the swamps. We're going to take the good farmland, the good land with the cows and the things. These people were not born here generations ago. Now they little kids here 2, 3, 4, 5 generations, and they think they own the shit. And God is saying, enjoy it, because you're going to hell. So again, you got folks running over here. Ooh, America, great. All from all over the place. Ooh, great land. So again, in order for those people to succeed, I thought nobody likes nobody. They got to basically disrespect the people that are labeled as poor. Democrats. People that were duped out of their land. Raped. Sodomized. Killed. Discarded. Right now, they're still doing shit to discard people, and I'm one that live to tell it. And these ignorant nigglets I'm around helps them. I can't imagine these people this stupid for no reason. Just running around being stupid, disrespectful, and ugly to me. Except somebody knows that there's something that I'm supposed to get me and my children. I mean, this is diabolically sad. That people that say they love you and all that, and you're a good person, and they are so gung-ho to come back here and check and see if you're dead. And everybody's like, well, we don't want that smoke, so we just gonna let you handle that. If we could be next, that sounds serious. Thanks, you bums. Then you got folks in political offices making deals for you to be off the earth. After I burn all this shit down first. You gotta leave you the hell alone. Yeah, you. Leave your little ass alone. I'll turn all this shit down and start over, and you'll be the person to set it straight. And they done enough. They messing with you and your kids now. That's what God said. And you are absolutely angels here. Trying to make you look like a lie and a problem. I built all this shit, not them. That's what God said. Now, if they want to come up missing, and then you reorganize the bullshits, then that's what it'll be. If you go away, your spirit will still live here, and you will still have justice in the form of getting that shit right together. Because they had no right to come and steal it in the first place. Now they're trying to kill you too. I'll burn this shit down. God said I'll burn it down first. Start it over. And I'll bring you back as the damn leader. Because you know what I want and like, and you don't play about it. After I find out, y'all better stop messing with me, my kids. Because I can very well be your executor. Keep on. Remember this face. If you live. Remember the eyes. I told y'all. Call them what you want. But they might be deciding if you live or die. And I'm going to remember some of y'all, trust.